But I do have slides. I don't need to stick to them. For those who are like, I got to run out, get some lunch, here's the one nutshell slide. If I see you next week, kind of weird, ask, what did you think of my talk? And you're like, I forget. Please remember this. We don't have enough in our pipeline. We need to do more. Build that pipeline. Anyone disagree? Hopefully that's why you are here. So here is who I am. That's me on Twitter. Follow me, although I try not to be a Twitter whore. I have age ranges from 15 to 55 follow me, so I make sure everything is A, appropriate, and B, adds value. I am a Michigan State alum. Go Spartans. Sorry if you're going to go them. I do a lot of work with this group called Cyber Patriot. Anyone here familiar with Cyber Patriot? There you go. If I forget your name, just remind me. Yeah, it might take a while. My day job is I am a professor out of actually Bellevue, Nebraska. What the hell are you doing out here in Michigan, you're asking? Well, my mom lives up near Fort Huron. I figured, hey, this looks like a you have to visit with her. Right. Come on in. We've already started. Hope you don't mind. Alright, so I have a whole bunch of resources. This is a RAND report from not too long ago, basically saying we don't have enough folks in cybersecurity. Follow Twitter, you'll see federal government is hiring cybersecurity like crazy. Even the NSA. So I'll be happy to share my slide there. And my notes. Yes. Everything I do and I talk about, I do under Creative Commons. Basically, it means you're free to use my stuff. Just don't make money off of it. That makes me off. But if you use it to educate yourself, others, that is really cool. If you change something, let me know, because you might have a better idea than I thought of.
Any site sources?
Site sources, yeah. Sources. Right here. So basically, we don't have enough in the pipeline. What do you think the problem is? I mean, you heard about it in the keynote this morning. A high level, not a lot of what? Not enough low level? Actually, not enough all levels. Really. Getting the kids into it. So what's the right age to get kids into it? Yep. 2-year-olds. Something you gotta think about is feeding my pocket. This is the fun fact, right? Of computers. This is the new PC. Kids, they say, yeah, get out your computer. And they look at their laptop and I'm like, Google on this, right? Wi-Fi on it. Let's see what else do I have. We continue to see breaches. How are we going to stop the breaches? UCLA Medical Center sending pictures. So you build a better mousetrap, the mice get smarter, right?
The users are always doing this, like, even if technology rocks out, you can find out 5 lessons for
You saw, I heard a lot of talk, so those who didn't hear the users. Just get rid of users. Wouldn't like to be accepted.
No, you did. It would be nice to get.
No, we need to educate them. We need to start educating them younger, right? Yeah. And he's going to come up and talk about it here in a little bit. Let's see. Again, I'm not going to read slides to you. Numerous studies, the pipeline, kids get kids interested. You know, that whole STEM idea. Getting the gals interested. Really challenging. Just so you know, I actually have 2 kids. I have a 15-year-old daughter, 17-year-old son. neither of them are related to what I do. Kind of interesting, but they're learning. It's weird. My daughter's, most of her boyfriends are computer geeks. What else? Teachers. Do you think teachers are prepared to keep cyber information secure?
The smaller are.
The smaller are. Yep.
Are we talking about like grade school level?
All level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely grammar school level. I'm using my name of the day, 10, 12, anything.
Grammar school, middle school, high school, again, there are some. But that's not teaching is not where the money is. Right? So if they got skills, are they going to go work for $40,000 a year or $80,000 a year? There's no material to teach. So here's what I've noticed. Yeah, we're like, well, we need to educate more, we need to educate better. The materials are out there. Protecting yourself online, cybersecurity. Actually, we almost have a lot of information on security. Too much that the teachers don't know what is valuable. Or they don't have the knowledge, or they're scared of the knowledge. There are 2 high schools in my city, an east and a west. It's really weird. It's like one kid goes to one kid goes to the other, and the rivals. One high school, the teacher is awesome. He loves IT, he digs cybersecurity. The other school, she teaches A+, a little bit of Java programming. I've gone and I've talked to her, I've sat down with her, I cornered her in her computer lab, and said, hey, I'm here to help. Okay, thank you, I'll contact you, don't call me. Serious. Right. You know, no child left behind, if you will. Exactly. You know, it's not on my curriculum. I see that at all levels. Just even at a university level. Old professors who, they're still teaching the same stuff they taught 10 years ago. All right, so I got my degree from Michigan State in 1989. It was a C programming degree, computer science. I taught myself Unix we had to work. After I got my degree, people said, oh, you have computer science degrees. Here, can you help me with my PC? I don't want to have a computer science degree. I don't even know anything about computer.
Or you take one iPod. I've got it. Oh, you're doing computer science?
Right. Programming and return machines, and we're still there today. So part of it, I'm going to work with the Computer Science Teaching Association, which is part of the Association of Computer Machinery, to change that mindset. All right, so let's go. I like to use analogies. Go back in time to the automobile in the 1950s. What was the problem in the 1950s with automobiles? Lots of people were dying in them. Safety. You know, they didn't have the safety glass and seat belts. Yeah, no car seats.
That's the car seat.
Yeah, exactly. Ride backwards in the old station wagon, right? How long did it take for the mentality to change where it got to be safe? Decades. So my thesis is that we need to start today, and maybe by 2025, we'll be talking about the same thing. I talk a lot at the RSA conference. I did a panel for 3 years called Groundhog Day. We movie. We keep living the same day. We want to talk about it this morning, right? If you follow Jack Jones, he also on his own came up with Groundhog Day. That's awesome about it. Maybe it's not. This, insanity. What's the definition of insanity?
Do the same thing over and over again.
Yep. Alright, so academies don't have enough, I'll just throw it. What else? Teachers, do they have the right equipment?
One thing in there is the budget, and I guess it's very between different school districts. One of the things is if you prove a curriculum is successful or some kind of lab, do they get funded? Having that funding for Raspberry Pi course, it's going to cost you, say, just maybe $80 out of the gate between the speed card, the Wi-Fi adapter, power cord, everything you need to prove that we can start teaching robotics. Robotics are only $3 from China, but it's the main hardware that you can't afford. And they're not going to pay for that.
Right. Well, some teachers do.
Some do, usually on supplies.
Right.
There are things on tax forms asking educators, hey, do you pay for anything out of pocket, which is great. Right. But if you have to spend $900 out of pocket to teach 10 kids how to use Raspberry Pi robotics programming with Python, you're not going to do it.
So here's the funny thing in terms of the budget. NSF, the federal government, now has lots of money to put towards cybersecurity. To give grants to these schools. Teachers often don't have time to write the grants. They're too busy, again, following their curriculum. They don't know how to write the grants. They need to partner. Local school district. I talked to their head of IT, a former shop teacher. Not criticizing these teachers. But I'm like, we have some equipment. We can donate to the school system. We don't take donations. In general. This is coming from a huge defense contractor just trying to get rid of the equipment.
Well, I think on the school board, we're charged offering years offering people from Clary except for and it's not clear as it means the things that have 8 years to
It's not on the AP computer science exam. Let's see, students not wanting to go into it. I see so many students who do have the security mindset, and they go into the technology class, and they learn how to use Word and PowerPoint and Excel. They do cover online safety. They have gotten better with that. They don't go into any depth. Okay, so other problems, and I'll talk about this a little more, we'll build on it. Who thinks that these high schoolers aren't curious on their own, don't already hone their school's network?
That's my interest for kids because first of use as an example, and it's easier to sit in front of a screen and have immediate gratification building a world of Minecraft or trolling somebody on the Minecraft server versus sitting there and actually trying to understand what an equitable and specific large. Right. And some of them will, because they just have the function. Some of them will teach themselves C++. I've met a 12-year-old who brought himself coding in 9 experimental technology. It was amazing. But the schools, I've also seen frown upon this stuff, the self-exploration of technology, and they view that as being criminal. And that's what we need to change.
Yeah. I teach all levels from undergrad. Bellevue University? Out of Bellevue, Nebraska.
So,
right. We have our own safe playgrounds. We've created safe playgrounds for the students to be able to practice on. The problem is that if they're not given a safe place to play, they will go and find whatever is around them to play. Whether we're talking about physical play outside or on the computers. So you'll see his picture. I'm not going to call him out a little bit. Is the kid who already owns his school's Active Directory. He actually found that they had an open Active Directory, so the students can find all this, the teachers can find all the student information. Well, that means the students can find all of their classmates' information. And he, just by being curious, found this out. What's funny is that he's a really honest kid, and he showed exactly. Another story. Yeah, so he showed his teacher how, I have all this access. They think it's the illusion of security theater, as Bruce Schneier calls it, right? We lock down the command prompt. You don't have the command prompt, so you can't do any hacking. And then I showed the students PowerShell. You're messing with it. And they're like, we can do everything with PowerShell that we're not supposed to do with the command line. Yeah. We need to tell IT this is a problem. No. We're not going to tell IT. The students figured this out. They told me. I'm a mentor for high schoolers as well. So that's the cyber patriot. But they told me and their teacher, and we're like, no, you did your honest disclosure. You disclosed the vulnerability to me and your teacher. You've done your part. Now it's up to me and the teacher to decide whether we're going to take it forward or not. We haven't yet. Mainly because they need those tools to learn. Give them a safe environment, and then we hold the kids accountable. I have a slide up later. Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. I find them doing something they shouldn't. Actually, I'll be the one in talking to the principal. So these kids are already happy. There's a high schooler I work with, a mentor, who just needed the accountability. He was suspended for 3 days when he was in 8th grade for going after his classmates' Gmail accounts. So the teacher comes up to me at the beginning of last year's school year. He's part of the Cyber Patriot team. And she's like, this kid here, he was suspended. Do you think it's going to be okay? We have him as part of the computer team? Yes! Those are the exact kids you want, right? Now I keep an eye on him and make sure he knows that he has to use his skills for good. And it works really well. He needs that safe place to play. So, I will also not only like to complain.
The headless.
Sorry. It works. So I don't like just sitting here and complaining, bitching about, how the world is coming to an end, everything is absolutely horrible. Dave, I want you to take the floor and talk about Hack for Kids, please. Yeah, whatever you want. You got the floor for 2 to 5 minutes.
Perfect. Thanks. So you probably already heard the beginning about Hack for Kids. Sure, this year. Sorry. And what we focus on STEM. And I understand there's also STEAM and STREAM, and if you're not familiar with those terms, the A is art and the R is reading, and those are all very important. I think if you try to be good at too many things, you become really mediocre at life. So we're really focusing on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And the way we're doing it is we're really educating kids between the ages of 8 to 17. We're kind of experimenting with 7-year-olds at a maturity level versus an interest or aptitude level. And what we're doing with them is we're providing conferences. For example, this year, we partnered with Circle CityCon, and we did a Hacker Kids Village, and other wonderful people. Our main conference is in Chicago, where we had 53 kids there that were active, and one of them was a 9-year-old CEO. Just to get children, which was fantastic. And it's great that they're learning from peers. You imagine yourself as a 14-year-old interested in IT, but there's a 9-year-old who's teaching better security. Does that inspire you to try harder, which we all tell each other every day to do? So we do speaking track and encouraging speakers. We also are open to any age speakers, as long as you have something that you can communicate with that age appropriately. Even Johnny at Christmas, who was here the past 2 days, he did a great talk in front of the kids about when we stopped going outside. It was a video game talk, but we learned so much. We also provide an activity participation. So there's usually, depending on the size of the venue, different places where kids can go and learn. So when you think about one of the things they do in education now is they have stations or centers, and they can go, and here's your art and your music and your science and your math. Well, we do the same thing, but here's your lock picking, here's your snap circuit, here's your Python for Kids station, here is your technology destruction build, which is essentially reverse engineering. Who remembers when you were a kid taking apart the big TV that had, was actually a piece of furniture in your house? I remember taking it apart. Fortunately, I never got electrocuted, but I was pulling the trailer. Oh, this is kind of cool. I put it in the right way, and Dad doesn't notice. Or, ow, that was hot. I should have waited a little while. That, kind of my roots. And I wanted to share that. And one of the volunteers on the team said, I love going to Goodwill. I'll spend maybe $10 on old tech, routers, phones, whatever, as long as it's safe with no burglary and things like that. And then my kids just spent hours taking it apart. And they love it. And we got to talk about those ideas of then taking that junk and building something new, because that was a suggestion. So we'll talk about that later. And then we also provide workshops. So how do I know about Raspberry Pi? 10 kids cost $900, because we just did that in Chicago. And it's great to see them all super excited and learn, but it's easy to take USB keyboard, HDMI cable to a monitor, boot it up, and kind of go at it. We made them use XRDP. We had them learn how to get a remote session on their Pi from their laptop. So they're really learning a lot more than just the easy one. And then they learn Python, and then they'll control the server. We do workshops on Webpack. So somebody from the MySet group was there, and he actually taught the kids the right way to build a web app, how to find the vulnerabilities, and even gave them the challenge of who can find some kind of injection in the website. And they use our website. But we don't have any web app there. We just found a way to kind of insert something. Even at these stages. So that's what we're doing. So we're really trying to address this problem. As some people said, we're in it for the long run, which is exactly it. We're hoping, we're hoping that what we're doing today is going to affect the leaders of tomorrow. And in that 15 to 20 year time frame, whether the individuals that we help make a difference in their life, or the kids get into IT or InfoSec, or maybe they just get into some other kind of industry, but they can make decisions. They've already got the security foundations. They already got some of the proper training we're trying to provide, so that when they make these other types of business decisions, it's not through fear. It's through awareness and education and personal experience that becomes a part of them, versus something that they need to go sit through all the noise on Google and think and hope they're making those right decisions, which is everything we just talked about, which is perfect. So with that, thanks for your time. If you guys want to support us, today is our last day that we're doing a booster fundraiser. So you can go to booster.com/H4K Yeti art. You get a really cool, one-of-a-kind Eddie the Yeti. If you ever see those faces on Twitter or whatever, they look like they were kind of designed with poop. That's Yeti art. He did a nice one for us. It's on our website as well. You can see it there. $30 is going to help make a difference somehow. So today's the last day now. 13 hours left, so just one shirt. Any good questions there?
This is a great example, the Hack for Kids, of what we need to do as a community. And that is really part of my rant up here, is people like Dave who get out and be a part of the community. Hold these kids accountable. You don't need to have a whole lot of experience. The session before this was how do I get into InfoSec? Catch-22. I want to get into InfoSec, but I can't because I don't have any InfoSec experience. What do I do? Volunteer for something like that.
We'll get happy.
Exactly. But these kids, they don't know how much you know or don't know. They still look up to you. You'll know something they don't. So let me go and tell you a few more success stories. Here are some others. Gen Cyber is actually an NSF-funded activity for both students and teachers throughout the United States. South Dakota State had theirs like 3 or 4 weeks ago. University of New Orleans has theirs coming up, which teaches both students and teachers. So I know some teachers, and they fly the teachers out. So my friends from local Omaha High School is going down to New Orleans. Sure, you can go Everyone's got to go, yeah. Let's see, Cyber Patriot. As I said, I'm a mentor for Cyber Patriot. Hour Code, anyone do the Hour Code? President Obama, or when it was and is, but the idea is to get kids into coding. Anyone here like Minecraft or have kids who play Minecraft? Notice? Minecraft is a huge education source. At a local education technology conference in Nebraska, here, but there were 4 sessions on Minecraft in education and 2 on cybersecurity. Pointed that out to the conference organizers who got mad at me. Minecraft is such a good educational source. I get it. I love Minecraft. Actually, it was a great way for me to teach my kids about networking. Set up a Minecraft server on your own. You need to know about NAT, address translation, because they need to give their friends to get on our server the internet, the IP address off of the internet. Oh, they need to know about ports and port forwarding, access control. Tons of every day job opportunities. So this is Tyler. I held a cybersecurity competition for high schoolers at my university back in April. This is it, Cyber Plus Plus is what we called it. All the kids got t-shirts. We had about 50 kids and about 20 mentors. They were given 4 hours to secure 2 operating systems, one Fedora Linux and one, actually just Windows 7. We base it on Cyber Patriot. The way Cyber Patriot works is that the kids are given a block of time, usually 6 hours, to secure multiple operating systems based on scenario. It's all in a virtual environment, so a nice, safe playground. And everything is scored, so when they find a problem, they fix it, and then they hear the Mario theme. And they go, yeah, we just love points. There's numerous rounds throughout the school year, starting in the fall, ending in the spring, and you can progress. You can become a state champion, you can become a national champion. This leads to tons of scholarships. Tyler here has an ROTC scholarship to study cybersecurity. He's been doing it for 4 years.
What's this thing called?
Cyber Patriot, or mine was Cyber Plus Plus.
So the environment.
It's called Cyber Patriot.
So the kids are
Yeah. I have, it's at uscyberpatriot.org. It's actually sponsored by the Air Force Association. It's going into its 8th year. I've been a mentor now for 5 years. I was the mentor of the year last year, 2013, 2014. I now mentor and work with 5 different high schools in my area.
So if you did the Cyber Patriot environment, sandbox, conference.
It's not for conferences. They focus on middle school and high school level. So if you wanted to bring it in, you could talk with the organizers, like I did. And actually, I was the first one to do it, to take it outside of their little Air Force Association group and say, hey, I want to run it in my own university. We did have some university students participate, but it was mostly the high schoolers. Some of my students are senior high schoolers. US Cyber Patriot has a lot of the information out there. In fact, I can skip ahead. Tyler, if you see the videos, I've actually created numerous videos. You'll see him talking about it. Now it's really helped his career. This is the picture of the room where we brought in an FBI agent. So yes, sorry Mark, I do have friends in the FBI and know they are not evil. Basically, his whole message to these high school kids was keep your stuff clean. Yeah. At some point, you may want to work for the FBI. We're going to come back to that. Here are the champions, and one of those guys is the one who owns his school's Active Directory. I won't say which one. So more of the problem. So, answer. How do we solve these problems? Community engagement. Working with the teachers, going in, getting out and talking to your local high schools, talking to the local universities, because sometimes the schools don't have the equipment. So does your local university or community college have a computer lab these kids can come into? With Cyber Patriot, everything is done through VMware Player, so the kids learn how to set up their own VM environment. With Cyber Patriot, they also get access to DreamSpark, the Microsoft program, where the kids get all of the operating systems. And I know kids who stay in Cyber Patriot just because they love that advantage but where they can download their own OSs and practice on their own. Let's see. The question is, we're always asking this, how does this fit with everything else? You know, the teachers, well, you know, I got to teach to the curriculum. I don't have time to run a cyber competition. I don't have time to bring in the kids to meet even 1 hour a week to practice cyber patriot. You know, I don't want to give up my Saturday for it. Yeah.
Do you know a program where a similar program that Cyber Patriot is going on at school level? Are there any other programs?
Oh, are there others?
Yeah, that you can tie them together? Or?
Yes, actually, one of the resources. No, we're good. You go out to cyberfed.org. It's a site run by Dan Manson. Dan is a professor out of Cal State Pomona. He is a mentor for numerous LA teams. And he actually has created a site to combine a lot of the competitions, because there are other capture the flags. On Cyber Patriot, it's not a hacking competition. It only focuses on defense. Hacking makes the Air Force Association really nervous. But I still like to talk about hacking. Because, okay, I'll get back to this. Actually, go to the slide. Why? You want to teach them hacking? Aren't they just going to learn how to be really dangerous? My definition of hacking is to be curious. Learn how to take things apart so you know how to fix them, right? If I go into a bunch of high schoolers and they say, all right, today we're going to learn computer security. For myself, if I say, hey, let me show you some cool hacking stuff, I got their attention. Do you know how hard it is to catch kids' attention? That's why I use the term hacking. I learned at conferences years ago, you put hacking in your title, usually fills a room. But we tie back into the ethics and hold the kids accountable. Let's see, what else about Cyber Patriot am I forgetting? So one of the kids in the photographs earlier, we'll wrap up with this story, then we'll open back up. He has the nickname of Sweet Pack. Anyone familiar with what Sweet Pack is? It's a virus. Alright, so it was a beautiful spring Saturday. They were doing a practice competition at the local high school. There were 6 high school kids. So they gave up their Saturday to come in and practice cybersecurity. And everything with Cyber Patriot is scored through an internet link. As a mentor, so I'm a mentor, I teach the kids cybersecurity, and then I kind of monitor them during the competition, but I can't coach them during the competition. I can't say, oh, you need to look for a local host. It's up to the kids to find everything themselves. I can help them, though, if they have a network connectivity issue. So one of the students, Pack, came up to me about lunchtime and said, Woerner, can you help me? I've lost internet connectivity. I'm not getting scored. Okay, we look at it. We realize the base OS, we do a virus scan, has a Sweet Pack virus on it. He freaks. I'm not in trouble, am I? You're not going to tell my parents. No, we have a simple rule. You make a mess, you clean it up. Physically or virtually. You get to learn virus cleanup. I had shown them a few weeks earlier Mark Racinovich's video on hunting malware with system kernels. You're familiar with it? If you haven't, okay, I give homework, I should have warned you. Go look up Mark Racinovich hunting malware with system kernels. Mark Racinovich is the guy who wrote Windows system kernels. About 10, 15 years ago, swearing he'll never work for Microsoft and he'll never get who he works for now. He walks through his video how to remove malware. Of course, it's often easier to just re-image. But we didn't have the time to re-image and pull everything back up. So say, okay, so you can clean it up. So we use system kernel auto runs and process explorer to get rid of Sweet Pack's virus. And that's, his nickname. He probably learned more in that hour sitting with me than he almost learned all the school year. Now he's really wanting to get into cybersecurity. me helping to mentor. Yeah. Just a great story.
I heard one of the challenges with that for the educators, the kids, that they don't tell them what's wrong with the image. They continue to use the same image,
Right.
and there's really more of a self-discovery type of education, but not, here's what you did wrong, don't get it wrong next time, and then we're going to make it harder for you. Help you raise your bar up.
So one of the things that I've done, so almost to the chagrin of Cyber Patriot, is I've become the voice of the mentors, where I'm bringing that up and I'm working with them, and they've heard it from others. The problem, all they're told at the end, Cyber Patriot doesn't want to give away their secrets because then it'll leak and then it's harder for the next competition. It's like a lot of the labs today, it's like you need to get rid of all of your defenses, in order to see cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery. We're still looking at the same labs we looked at 5 years ago. But I am working with them to create more of that curriculum for the students. And then a feedback loop afterward. Because it is one thing to work through the competition, but if they don't know how to do it better the next time. You're exactly right. So, and how do we change that? Again, taken from the keynote this morning, you can sit and bitch about it, boy, they suck, or I can go in and say, hey, let me help. I have some skills in creating curriculum.
Future changes. That's good my
Yep.
apprehension of getting involved with that.
Is it a perfect competition?
No.
What's the end goal of Cyber Patriot in these competitions and hacker kids? It's to get them interested, give them some structure, keep their interest, to get them into the industry. None of my teams have made it, to upper levels of Cyber Patriot. But I've seen a lot of success as the kids stay interested in InfoSec. And then it gets the teachers involved. I've seen teachers go from knowing nothing to at least being aware of it. The teacher I started mentoring with 5 years ago, I just gave him a call. I said, hey, I hear about the Cyber Patriot. I see you have a team. Do you need help? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the deal with Cyber Patriot, they basically learn how to be a sysadmin. It's a lot of defense. Exactly. I was a sysadmin before I got into cybersecurity, Unix and Windows. But hearing from other mentors, they watch Cyber Patriot and they're like, this is what I do in my daily job, what the kids are learning in high school. The high school teachers, they get some curriculum on cybersecurity. There's a couple of local high schools who the teachers have a cybersecurity class, but all of the material is very dry, no hands-on. So then I feed the teachers, okay, here's some hands-on exercises for the kids. So here's my challenge to you. Oh, so here's Cyber Patriot in Michigan. Not a whole lot of teams. And I just did mostly the eastern half of the state. A lot of them associated with Civil Air Patrol or Air Force ROTC. There is a cost for, there's two divisions. Back up. One is kind of for the military side, ROTC, Civil Air Patrol, Sea Cadets, etc. And then there's the open division. You can go, if you go out to US Cyber Patriot, you can pull up. This is actually the teams registered for Cyber Patriot 8. There's no charge for the military teams, or if it's an all-female team. Open division team, I think it's like $180. The only reason they charge is to have the school put some skin in the game. Otherwise, you'll get schools, oh, we'll have a Cyber Patriot team, and then they never do anything with it. And then it's kind of drained on the Cyber Patriot because it's still mostly a volunteer, an organization. Go into your local high schools, middle schools, and talk to them about this. Mentor. I've talked with the head of ISC Squared on this and ISACA. You can use mentoring as an easy way of getting CPEs. Anyone to CISSP and have a challenge getting CPEs? And a lot of people come to cons like this to eat up. You probably don't because all your mentoring is CPE. But I encounter CISSPs who are like, yeah, I need to go to a con just to get CIS, CPs, EUs. Hell, CISSP, you have enough. Hold the kids accountable. All right, what other ways do you see of solving this problem? Yeah.
So the reason I came to this talk is because I want to talk to you.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I guess which is exactly, yeah.
Did you see Chris off?
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
And San Jose.
He had to cancel it because he's
I know
now
exactly what I'm
inside.
saying.
So,
Yeah.
so Chris Hoff is doing something similar to San Jose. They're doing science hackathon around. I want people in Detroit to become one of those in Detroit because this rocks what you're doing.
Thank you. And we can talk about that. We can do that. And that's something that
We need to replicate.
we need to replicate. And you know what? I'll address that for a moment. We all have scalability. And if somebody comes up with an idea and you want to replicate that, and people are excited, they want to do the same thing, I can educate people to organize these events in your area. I need to sit down and build a framework. So didn't do it, and the framework is, how do you run a hacker kit? And it's not just so much, here's a cool technique to have, we need to find people to do this. It's also getting people who are safe around kids. Alright, I've been trained by Boy Scouts in America, whether you agree with some of their policies, politics, or not, it doesn't matter. They have a very good management and youth protection training program.
Well, and hack kids on.
And I just bring that forward. Sorry?
Hack kids on. San Jose requires parents.
We do too. But what we did a little bit differently is CityCon, we knew the parents were there. So we just, okay, if you need to get a parent, call security, and the kids should get a parent to show up. But we kind of also give the kids the opportunity to learn on their own. We tell parents, you're not allowed to helicopter. If you don't know that term, helicopter parents is kind of like, right on top of the kids. No, you're doing it wrong. Why can't you get this? We don't want that. We want them to make mistakes. We want them to learn. And we tell the parents, get out the laptop, get on the Wi-Fi and chill. We have to chill out areas for the parents on purpose. We'll make a friend. Sir, I want to get your contact information. We're doing one in Grand Rapids with collaboration. We're kind of haven't heard yet. But I'd love to do one in Detroit.
I agree. We need to replicate and scale to do this. We need the different groups to step up, to participate, and then to learn from each other. Like if someone wants to run their own cyber competition, I have no problem sharing, what I've done. Nothing. It's all, again, Creative Commons there to help educate the teachers and the kids. So it's, I'd love to be able to do what you're doing in Omaha. Yeah, exactly.
Are your slides on the BSides science?
I didn't send them in to anybody, but I do have my, if you send me an email, hat tip to Tripwire because I blog about this.
Yeah, we go on your Twitter, yes.
No, not yet. I was just kind of massaging them.
Okay, cool.
What you'll see when you look through the slides, this was actually brought up at DerbyCon. I had a colleague of mine talk about it at DerbyCon last year. There's a whole bunch of extra slides in here that he put in. This is my contact. Feel free to contact me. If you go out to my blog, you'll see I have numerous resources where I talk a lot about this. The Tripwire blog has my article on this. Just trying to get the word out. Exactly. So many people just don't know about the opportunities. All right, what else? You have something, sir?
I don't have kids, but what I think you guys are doing in this whole cyber stuff is fantastic because I just recently went back to school. I'm changing careers altogether. I was in architectural design, building systems for 20 years. Always had things, computers, stuff higher people. So I'm doing that in my last year of school for that. What I've noticed at the level that we're the class we're in, kids, the younger adults, I guess, kids, have lost critical thinking abilities. They come in, they learn how to work the system of, hey, I don't want to memorize this, and this for the school just to pass the class and move on. They don't actually learn how to solve problems or even this. stuff that you guys are doing, providing them, getting rid of helicopter parents, getting rid of all that stuff, just letting them to learn and figure it out on their own in a good way is great because you're going to learn critical thinking, how to solve a problem, fix something, without just having a spoon fed to them.
Critical thinking is exactly what people who are hiring are looking for. You know, can you solve a problem?
And how do you notice that problem? Because it's kind of started right around consumerization of IT. And I'm not blaming anything, but I find that if a 2-year-old can figure out how to type in a 4-digit passcode to get into a tablet and start surfing and looking at YouTube, you know, they can't read, but yet they can still do IT.
Right. It's ever since I've gone back to school, so this is my 4th year back, so it's, I mean, these are people who are going into a career that's going to require them to problem solve, to how to figure things out. All they want to do is, what's the minimum I can do, or is this the answer that the future wants? Not, I just broke this. How do I fix it? I have no idea now. Someone else tell me how to fix it, please. It's a problem.
All right, so let me take the other side. As an educator, it's so much easier for me just to give a multiple choice test. Or, here's my test, provide me the answers that I just gave you. That will take me about 5 minutes to grade. But when I have an assignment requiring critical thinking, then it takes a lot of time for me to grade.
It's
A lot harder.
I mean, my kids don't do work for work. I want to be the system.
Right.
Ask questions and involves because it's easy.
You know, I don't have time to, because every answer could be different with critical thinking. Someone might think of an answer I never thought of, and how do I validate is that a good answer or not? But you're right, a lot of not every student.
No,
You know, the ones I love are the ones who actually teach me something. I tell that to my students all the time. You teach me something, you know, may or may not get an A, but yeah, you do really well in the class. But we just need to work through the teachers and encourage them to, you know, the critical thinking and getting these kids involved in these types of activities. A lot of the kids I mentor, they're in ROTC and they're very involved in drill, you know, the marching. And I'm like, okay, that is an awesome activity. You learn teamwork, discipline. You're not going to get a job in drill. Yeah, marching. You're going to get a job in cybersecurity. So, yeah. I'll show you what I know.
If we could figure it out, yeah, you can answer multiple questions. You can do a great job. If you can do creative thinking, you can do a great job.
Yeah.
Encourage the kids, and you know, for you to go out and find some kids to mentor. Because again, well, they look up. I have actually a student who just graduated with an undergrad in cybersecurity who's an auto mechanic, looking to get into it. Who's there helping out.
I see that people are really great. Young River is a library that's doing a code ninja. That's in school. I mean, I taught the Fort Explorers level. Explorers have classes. There are students that we can do that. And for us, and anybody here has valuable stuff that we can help teach. And RSA has packaged materials that you can teach. Maybe for new materials, like you said, resilient materials.
Cisco is a sponsor of Cyber Patriot, and they give a lot of their training for free. I mean, this is thousands of dollars worth of training in packet tracer, learning how to work networks. Yeah. Some of the kids get it. Not all. Some do. With Cyber Patriot, to become a coach or mentor, you do go through a little bit of a background check. So again, it's the same type of environment. ISC Squared has their Stay Safe Online. To be an ISC Squared mentor, you have to go through a background check. Because I agree, you want to make sure it's a safe playground for kids to do what they're supposed to do. You have to be curious. So it's about lunchtime. We can sit around and chat about this. But if some of you want to go ahead and go. But go out there and be part of this solution. The solutions are out there already. Hook up with Dave or Peter. I'm sorry, your name again?
Sure.
Hey, I want to help. So, anyway, enjoy the rest of the day, the rest of the con. I'll see you around.